My name is Rhapsody. His name is Reto, and welcome back to Reto and Rhaps Tell Told Tales. We're going to be playing the apocalyptic preset here, but first, let me check in with my compatriot and fellow survivor. Reto, how's it going, bud?
It's going good. My name's Scrub. Do you have a name? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I'll let it appear on the screen when I type out my first prompt.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. It's the adventures of Scrub and TBD.
Mm-hmm.
The prompt that it randomly generated, or I mean, there's the fixed prompt at the top, and then the part that it randomly generated. I am very curious. So, should get the show on the road so we can figure out our fate.
Sure.
You know what? I'll read it. I'm not gonna do a good job. That is my right, but I'm gonna do it. A group of survivors are working out on an oil rig in the middle of the desert. The desert is blisteringly hot, and the crew has recently run out of water. They grab their guns and head into town to try and find some. When they arrive, they find the town. This was pre-written. They all wake up to find that your camp in ruins. Again, the tents are on fire and broken tools and supplies litter the sand. They are under attack from a group of mutant pig-like creatures. You are being attacked by a pack of mutant rats that have spread through the area. Quick, choose your fate, A or B.
Me! I was told to be quick. If I just do
go for
B?
it. Say choose B.
Regulus H. Smythe 3, Esquire B. Regulus H. Smythe 3. You worked at a bank, but were laid off during the recent cutbacks in the banking industry. You have a wife and two children to support.
Yeah. You know, the apocalypse is really bad for the economy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised that it only happened recently that there were cutbacks. Not only were they completely upended, there were just cutbacks recently.
Oh, yeah, no, you can maintain the vast majority of the economy with most people dead.
That's wild. I'm going to...
Scrub chooses A.
There we go, that's a good idea. Is it even still going to respond to that, or is it going to...
I don't know. If it gives me my backstory...
You choose the path of survival.
Good.
You grab the shotgun your grandfather used to hunt with and hold it tightly to your chest.
I'm glad you chose B, so unfortunately I think that means you're dead.
Yeah, I chose B for bank, which I worked at. I will say, I don't think that start prompt is actually pre-written. There's a few giveaways, not just the grammatical things.
Yeah.
You find that your camp in ruins, but also when they arrive, they find the town, and then they wake up. Did we find the town in our dreams? What?
Yeah. Well, what's confusing is the fantasy one is the same every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Do we have a group of mutant pig-like creatures that are attacking us, or a pack of mutant rats, or both?
The tents are under attack from mutant pig-like creatures. We are under attack from mutant rats.
Ah, right. Okay, well, you are armed with your grandfather's shotgun. I do not appear to have any arms. I might have a hard-edged briefcase. Perhaps I can bash them in the head with the corner of it.
Scrub blasts at the rats with Grandpappy's shotgun. You blast a hole in the headed rat attacking you. It falls to the floor, does a backflip, and scuttles off into a corner of the room to die.
Okay, I blast a hole in his head, and then it falls to the floor, and then it does a backflip, and then it runs away to die.
Honestly,
I mean, I guess it is a mutant, I guess. So I suppose it's not.
That might be the most Fallout prompt and response, because you've got the capitalization on Grandpappy and shotgun, right? So that's clearly a unique weapon.
I was trying to set that up so it'd remember. Yeah.
Extremely well. It's like a default weapon type that has some modification, and the modification on Grandpappy's shotgun is an enemy does a backflip after it dies. Or it's just Bethesda ragdolls, right? Like, you shoot something in the head and it does a backflip. That's Bethesda.
Well, this is your turn to act and attack. Use all your tools at your disposal. All your tool.
Regular Sage Smythe 3, Esquire checks his...
Wait, it did say we have guns.
You check your pockets and backpack docs, you find your lighter and your lucky horseshoe.
Well...
I
mean,
well,
it did say we had guns.
It says a group of survivors, and they have guns. I don't necessarily think I am always going to have a gun. I kind of like the struggle to find one here that is implied. You check your pockets and backpack, you find your lighter and a lucky horseshoe. Unfortunately, the length of my name, especially considering the fact that it actually does read Esquire, means that most of my prompts get cut off by the end.
Scrub says throw your horseshoe at him, Reggie.
Oh, wait. Oh, God.
The rat turns towards you and squeaks. It lunges forward at you, its teeth pointed towards your throat.
Oh, there's a Machina with a horseshoe.
Regular Sage Smythe 3, Esquire throws his horseshoe perfectly around
the teeth of the mutant rat
falls
attacking
to the
Scrub.
floor and begins twitching violently.
Oh, this one didn't even do a backflip. No effort at all.
Hold on.
Intrepid viewers, by the way, will know.
Scrub bashes the twitching rat with the stock of Grandpappy's shot. The rat's head explodes, covering you in blood and
How is there
brains.
enough to cover me?
The rats above you begin to retreat.
What?
You drop the gun on the floor.
Don't need that anymore.
Why?
Grandpappy always told me this gun, Scrub, is good for killing one rat, making it do a backflip, and then bashing another with a stock, after which it is disposable. Actually, I also like the idea that you drop it on the floor and then you pull out another gun and it too is the special weapon, Grandpappy's shotgun.
Yeah.
You drop the gun on the floor.
Regular Sage Smythe 3, Esquire looks at the blood-covered Scrub, noting... You notice that Scrub has a large beak-like nose that curls upwards at the end. It is 5 a.m.
A large beak-like nose that curls upwards at the end. Now, forgive me, but I'm almost certain that when someone calls a nose beak-like, it is because it curves downwards.
Yeah, but no, it's not. It's witch-like, witch beak-like.
You got your nose installed backwards, friend. Noting any facial or sartorial features that might entice fan art was the end of Regulus's sentence there. It's 5 a.m. as well.
I'm curious.
Aside from his beak-like nose, Scrubs also has squinty eyes. It is 5 a.m.
Still 5 a.m.
The rats have gone back to sleep, waiting for their next victim.
Well,
okay, so we've evaded the rats, which now just mean that the tents are still being attacked by mutant pig-like creatures, or possibly being attacked by mutant pig-like creatures. Are we going to be establishing a home base? Are we going to be traveling somewhere? We're looking for
on our way
water.
to Sanctuary.
We're on our way to Sanctuary.
Of course. However long it may take. Hopefully we have a story to tell about our method, our pathway there. But because I'm worried about putting in we're going to Sanctuary, because then it goes the next day you end up in Sanctuary. That's always how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then you were there.
I'm already trying to couch it in a way that it won't give us that
Yeah.
destination immediately. I think I've got a decent
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah.
Let's say we're in the United States, right? Because most apocalyptic fiction tends to take place in the United States. I can't imagine why.
I don't know why.
So we are on, let's say, you know what? Let's actually give ourselves maximum distance. We're in Vermont. Sanctuary is in California.
Oh my god. Yeah. The game likes to skip ahead. So sure. You get on a plane and you arrive. Oh boy. Is there going to be story
Regulus
left?
H.
Oh.
Smythe 3, Esquire says, you know, I heard about an encounter. Scrubs sits up and listens intently. You continue. I think we could try and make it there. What do you say? Scrubs nods his head slowly.
You know, I heard about an encampment called Sanctuary down in Southern Cali. It's supposed to be a last holdout, a safe town where we can raise our kids. Now, it's because we've got a band of survivors. We haven't yet necessarily introduced the rest of the group of survivors, but I was taking here to assume that we have not really like the apocalypse survivor kind of situation. Like, we don't really have like raiders in the group of survivors. What we have is, in my mind, analogous to The Walking Dead a lot of seasons, where like we've got a pregnant lady and we've got a couple kids, right, that aren't necessarily fit to fight, and then we've got like maybe some people who are injured in such a way that they can't fight. Like, very much a group of survivors rather than like badasses out here on the wastes. Perhaps, if you'd like to, you can get a bit more information around our group of survivors.
That's what. Yeah, I was gonna see if I could somehow scrunch it up.
It's okay. I almost drowned myself in coffee.
Oh boy.
Good old wrong pipe situation right there.
Oh god. Boy.
It's okay. I'm just gonna slowly die over here. I'll come back as Regulus H. Smythe the Fourth, Esquire.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll still be thinking of the prompt when you're back. Let's see. The group. Maybe this will work.
The group of survivors you are with begins to randomly introduce themselves by name and job.
Ooh.
They go around the circle in a clockwise direction.
Oh.
The last person introduces themselves as the narrator. You and Scrubs look at each other. Regulus H. Smythe 3, Esquire says, did she just say? The narrator goes on. As I was saying, as the narrator, I can reveal certain things that other characters might not know. This is my story, after all. Regulus H. Smythe 3, Esquire has a brief mental breakdown at the idea of
being in a story and not even being the main character.
You grab your head in agony. Scrubs helps you up, and demands that the narrator start making sense. The others around the campfire agree. Very well, very well.
Okay, it feels like we're getting into a meta situation. I like this.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, were you gonna make it non-meta? Like, yes, this person calls themselves the narrator and they babble.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, You go ahead if you want to take it into a meta place. Go ahead.
I think a meta place makes it like really interesting. It's kind of like what's that movie Stranger Than Fiction, I think it is, where they can hear the narrator and the narrator is actually telling them about what's actually happening at the time and forecasting events. I kind of want to let them run with the prompt for just a second here, because they seem to have enough of an idea around the idea of a narrator breaking meta that I just want to see where they're trying to go with it.
Go ahead. I'm just worried it'll just break the whole thing. Is my only concern.
At any point, I think we can just pull out and go. And the narrator turned out to just be a rad roach. I don't know. We should figure out the narrator says is the next line. All right, let's get it to auto prompt again. We should also try and figure out what the cause of the apocalypse is, or if we're poignantly not saying.
You are all characters in a post-apocalyptic novel. As the author, I have complete control over your fates. You shake your head and try to make sense of what she just said. Scrub says, do I make it to Sanctuary? The narrator replies, it's up to you. Do you make it to the end and save humanity, or give up?
I mean, it's a tough choice. Do I succeed or fail? That's a good question. What do I want?
One sec.
Regular Sage Smythe 3, Esquire says so. Wait. You can tell and
dictate the future, but you also don't know what happens to us, and we make the choices.
The narrator nods. Scrubs raises an eyebrow and demands more answers.
You want to just hit enter?
Yeah.
Answers?
I mean, you've demanded more answers. That's your do prompt, effectively.
The others begin to join in, demanding to know more.
I'm going to do one more. Because that doesn't... The narrator joins in, demanding more.
The narrator begins to sweat nervously. Look, we can talk about this outside. You and the others follow the narrator out of the building and into the parking lot. Regular Sage Smythe 3, Esquire says so. If we're the ones in control of our future, what would you say you actually
do, narrator?
Obviously. The others begin arguing between themselves. You don't join in the argument, you're still trying to come to terms with what just happened.
I have one if we want to get out of this kind of like spiral around the idea of narrator.
Yeah, go for it. I got a stupid one if you don't feel like going for it.
You know what? I want to see what your stupid one is.
Okay. Okay.
For reference for the viewers as well as Reto while he's writing this out, as well as to buy time for him to be writing out his own prompt. I was going to say something along the lines of I cordon off Scrub to discuss and say, actually, I think this person might be unstable. And I was going to put it into a, this person's got like delusions of grandeur kind of situation.
Scrub says narrate this, and decks the narrator square in the jaw. The narrator drops to the floor. What the hell did you do that for? You yell. Scrubs shrugs and replies, I don't know, I thought it would be funny. Scrubs looks around and sees the...
I mean, the story's got an idea here.
Yeah?
Parking lot is filled with destroyed cars. Well, this is a dead end. Literally. One of the drivers laughs at his terrible joke. Regular Sage Smythe 3, Esquire says didn't see that coming. Scrubs kneels down next to the knocked out narrator and takes her notepad and pen. He begins to write something, but you stop him. What are you doing?
This is in your ballpark right now. We're just being given a god's tool.
Yeah. Whoa. Let's see.
I have an idea given our
Go ahead.
last two prompts, but it does require your character saying it. So can I give it
Go
to
ahead.
you?
Do it.
So it would be
You just do it as a story prompt, and you can. I give you permission to use
right,
the story
right.
prompt and say that I say it.
Sure.
What soundtrack choice did you pick for this, by the way?
I went with Einon Zor's soundtrack for the ambient noise in Fallout New Vegas.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I felt like it had to be his soundtracks. God, that's so good. Even the Fallout 4 one, the ambient soundtrack that he did for that is also really good. I did think for a brief moment though, if I started to play that instead of the Fallout New Vegas one, would I get like people asking like why the Fallout 4 one? A lot of decision went into specifically looking for the New Vegas one because the Fallout 4 one was like the first 3 pages of results. Right, so following in the notepad.
All of mine is always just which World of Warcraft zone gives off this vibe, because there's a World of Warcraft zone or dungeon for everything.
Which one did you end up going for?
I went for Hellfire Peninsula. It's a pretty wastelandy
Metal.
It's space wasteland.
Spaceland.
Spaceland. Waste of space. Next week we're playing Burning Crusade WoW Classic.
Ooh. We teased so many times actually doing some World of Warcraft stuff. One of these days we're gonna have
so
to
many
buckle up
times
and do
because
it.
I'm never actually joking that I want to do it. That's why.
I'm never joking either. It's just the idea of
It's a commitment.
it's not just a commitment, but like Valheim is a little slow because we've got one session a week, and that's a single player, not even single player. That's a like not MMORPG kind of situation, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You go ahead with your prompt.
Yeah.
I won't interrupt.
It's all good.
Scrub writes the following in the notepad. The two find that one of the cars in the parking lot is in perfect
condition
Come
with a full
on,
tank of
we
gas,
should
and then
go.
looks around the parking
You
lot.
and Scrubs quickly get back into your car and drive out of the parking lot.
Did we find?
I imagine so. It's not like a perfect sequitur right there. I describe this as vaguely non-sequitorial. However, this is effectively me trying to demonstrate the power of the notepad.
Here. There. I fixed it.
Ah, nice.
All right. There. The story. Let's see.
Because it didn't read
Well,
it
now
out for
we're
me,
just,
I'm
like-
just going to dictate this. Come on,
Go
we
for
should
it.
go. You and Scrubs quickly get back into your car and drive out of the parking lot after finding a car in perfect condition and loaded with gas. So are we now just leaving the rest of the survivors as well as the narrator?
I mean, like,
We can! No, like, because we don't have to take them along, right? We don't have to be angels. We can be some of the no dead weight kind of survivors of an apocalypse.
Scrub says we're gods now. What do we do next?
this is gonna go poorly for a story. I think
You drive your car in any direction and see if anything interesting happens. The first thing that happens is you run into a wall and flip the car onto its
The
roof.
very first thing
That's
we
the
do.
first thing, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Regulus H. Smythe 3, Esquire says, well, so much for that. You and Scrub starve to death in the desert after your car flips upside down and you can't flip it back over.
Oh my
Wait.
god.
Or at least you would have if Scrub didn't write something to a different effect in the notebook. You and Scrubs drive the car to New York City and using your powers of imagination, become superhuman beings that overthrow the government in a week. The end.
It really doesn't want us to continue at this point. I have a way to loop us back in, as well as a way to...
yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's what I was saying. As soon as we got that's what I was saying. We get this notebook for this meta level stuff. The game is gonna quickly take us to Silly Town. It was a dream. It was a spooky dream. He starved to death in the desert. Oh my god. Just immediate.
The narrator, finally stirring from her concussive nap, pulls out a new
Notepad and writes
herself
herself away to
a
New York
shotgun
City.
and knows how to use it. Oh, and Regulus and Scrub, they die like dogs.
We're dead. We're superhuman beings and we overthrow the government in a week. We're dead. She pulls out a new notepad and writes her way to New York City to face off against the Godlike 2. I was trying to set up a battle scene here, but she just got a shotgun and killed us. Apparently.
Let's see.
This is what we get for abandoning not just her, but the rest of the people. I'd even said, specifically because we were talking about Sanctuary, that there were pregnant women and children along with us, and we were just like, peace, we found a car. We're off to go overthrow the government in a week.
Scrub wakes up from this crazy dream back in his tent outside the oil. He gets out of this stupid waterbed, puts on a nice suit, and checks the time. 9 o'clock. Oh man, I'm gonna be late for my meeting. Where are my keys?
There, maybe you've seen my keys.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
I mean, it's just like, it's going nowhere fast if we don't, and it's still going nowhere fast.
It's true. Ridiculous.
I'm gonna be late for my meeting. Where are my keys?
Regulus, the butler, says here they are, sir, and hands them over. Scrub, now in the driver's seat, turns on the car. A screen lights up showing a massive junction of numbered and lettered roads, all leading to different places.
So my headcanon at the moment, just in case this is helpful or something you want to work around, is that we are now pre-apocalypse, and this is the morning of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Scrub complains about how gnarly traffic is today. Scrub turns on the radio, and hears something he hates. He cranks up the volume and begins to sing at the top of his lungs.
That's too real. That's...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate this. Let's sing it real loud and dumb.
highway to hell. I'm on the highway to hell. Sings Scrub.
Aye.
Scrub is in a minor accident and, angrily, begins to honk his horn at the cars in front of him.
Highway to hell.
Scrub says, "Hey, I'm driving here." The cars in front of him all turn into pigs. He eats some bacon and continues driving. He drives into his office, steps out of the car, puts it in park, and locks it.
I got this.
Okay, cool.
Oh, shoot. Spelling. Wait. Oh.
So far, we are ambiguously pre-apocalypse. Like, the game hasn't said we're pre-apocalypse, but it seems to be treating it as though we're pre-apocalypse.
Yeah.
I like that that setup with the car as well. Because if there's, like, mutant pigs here in the cars in front of him turning into pigs, and there's a car park with your car in...
Yeah.
Scrub says, "I heard about this on the news. A new apocalypse just dropped."
Oh shit, for real?
He gets to his office, but it's not the same. The walls are red and black with a pentagram everywhere,
this got
just
kinda
like in a
cool.
bad heavy metal album cover. What's all this? All this was the Doom apocalypse. It's like that one that happened in Doom, but for real. Happening to Scrub. Alright, just need to find a BFG and some ammo and I'll be good. Scrub looks around for a BFG. Instead he finds the Narrator. Scrub flinches.
Oh.
Shit. W, what the hell are you? The Narrator flips through his notepad before replying.
Oh, that's... Let's let it have its prompt. Oh, did you backflip?
I did.
A
Right.
character spotter.
I was
What the
just
hell's
memeing.
that? It's my job to find characters in books, stories, and especially apocalypses and help bring them to life, he explains.
I think I've got something. I'm going to make this prompt a little bit long to try and get the game to respond appropriately, but unfortunately it will get
Sure.
cut off, so we are going to have to kind of jump back to it to read it a bit.
Go right ahead. Boop, 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 boop. You weren't kidding. Oh my god. You should just like open up Microsoft Word instead and just type back and forth at this point.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
The world is damned. You've seen it, cars turning into pigs which are instantly Why am I helping you? Because if you don't, one of my other characters will. I have a lot of them, and all want your soul. Who are you?
The world is damned. You've seen it. Cars turning into pigs, which are instantly cooked into edible bacon. Demonic pentagrams, red and black color theming. It's a classic apocalypse, says the narrator. In a few weeks, you'll meet up with a group of survivors and my sister. Your job is to use her powers of narration to end the life of your butler, who without intervention will become a superhuman and take over the government of New York City within a week, he continues. Why am I helping you? Because if you don't, one of my other characters will. And I have a lot of them, and all want your soul. Who are you? That's you asking the narrator.
Yeah, do we want the narrator to try and answer? I mean, it's a direct question.
I think so. My prompt was definitely overloaded, such as to give us a clear direction here.
We'll see what it thinks.
Ask Scrub.
Okay,
Already
go.
knowing
That's
the
just
answer. I am the narrator. Scrub takes a shotgun out of his briefcase and shoots the narrator in the face.
Honestly, the thing that impresses me the most there is the shotgun fitting in the briefcase. That's going to be sawed off right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Short off with a short butt. Sort of got them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
Your simple attempts to control the narrative are thwarted. Simple humor. You will never truly understand the way the world works.
This is the only way I think we can find some kind of direction towards conclusion here.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going in a kind of like butterfly effect situation. Did you ever watch the first butterfly effect film? The one with Ashton Kutcher?
Nope.
Okay.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher?
That sounds like an alien who's landed on Earth and they're like, my only understanding of human culture is Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton
I have
Kutcher?
only seen the last 2 seasons of two guys and a half guy, or whatever it is. If I could make that more guttural, that would actually hit the kind of tones I'm trying to go for the alien.
I, too, am a fan of 70's show. Kelso. Ha ha ha.
Fels is one of ours.
Only way to explain.
So,
oh my god.
Spoiler alert for a film that came out in 2004, but the butterfly effect situation is effectively, he realizes at some point that his existence would doom the world, and so he goes back and strangles himself in the womb. And that's the kind of thing I'm trying to set you up for, the ability to take me out. But you've eschewed that, shot the narrator in the face.
Yep.
And now, perhaps, you are going to write your own story.
I wanted. It seems like the narrator sure wants to play the role of us, so I wanted to play the role of the narrator for a second. So the narrator had to, and by narrator, I'm not saying the in-game narrator. I'm saying big narrator. They just seem to want to do all the decisions for me. So why don't I do their decisions?
Scrub is the new narrator. The end.
Oh,
okay. You know what? We did it. The moral of the story, believe it or not, is...
The moral of the story, believe it or not, is... Don't piss off the narrator, because you just might become part of the story, and then you'll have to deal with those dumbasses trying to make you do stuff out of character.
That might be the most cohesive moral of a story we've had so far.
Oh my god.
For anyone wondering, the headcanon I have, because we didn't go to describing it, is Regulus H. Smythe III Esquire. Kind of has the visual appeal of that same... Oh god, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. But he's the one who has the My Ghoul Manservant in Tenpenny Tower in Fallout 3.
Oh. But alas...
Scrub shoots the video that Reto and Rhaps are recording and it ends abruptly.